everybody. So I'm Scott McLay, I'm head of technical SEO at ER, and when it comes to SEO I'm a bit of a generalist, but I mainly focus on technical SEO and reporting. So there's 63,000 searches every second in Google, and 41% of those clicks will go to PPC. For transactional based searches it can rise up to about 69%. Shopping results can take up 19% of the clicks, so that leaves us with about 40% overall, and going down to probably about 21% maximum clicks. But there's still a lot of opportunity there. The best way to start getting an opportunity is technical optimisation. So technical optimisation is about making the website more efficient to crawl and index for search engines. There's lots of issues when it comes to e-commerce websites. We're going to be covering only a couple of these today. The first one being spider traps. So basically with spider traps, what happens is things like faceted navigation can increase the size of your website to where you've got lots of duplicate pages based on URL parameters, based on what facets you're adding. For example, sizes, colours, things like that. And what you end up with is multiple URLs like this, all displaying pretty much the same content, just different variations of products on the page. Now, there's a couple of ways you can stop going from crawling or indexing these. First being robots and text, which tells people not to crawl these pages, and the other being robots meta, which pretty much says do not index these pages. And pretty much robots and text and meta robots are not the same thing. One pretty much says do not crawl, the other one says do not index. If you use robot.text, you end up with this in Google, where all the pages will go not to crawl, still get indexed. So to stop this from happening, you need to use meta robots combined with no follow links for faceted navigation, and that will just stop you from crawling pretty much useless pages and not getting them indexed. The next thing being URL structure. So URL structures should follow the hierarchy of your website and be set out for the best possible user experience. You need to think about user journeys when it comes to URL structure. User journeys, traditionally people think about people on the home page going through the website, but user journeys actually people come in the end page of the website and go off. It's about working out when someone lands on this page, what else are we going to be looking for and mapping that out. So for example, a clothing store could have two options. You start out with men's jeans slim fit, or depending on the audience, for example if you want to target one sex, you could just have jeans, slim fit and then product. If you logically set out your website, it's going to be easier for people to understand. So grouping in a silo fashion is going to help you understand better how to rank that website. The next thing is improving website speed. Website speed is important for a couple of reasons. It increases conversion rate, help increase rankings, and it can also help you get more accurate reporting. There's a couple of websites I've come across recently where it can take up to 5 seconds for that page to load, but during that load there's a gap of a couple of seconds, and analytics will fire after that. Now the website's usable before analytics fires, so the user could come in via organic, click off that page before analytics fires, and all of a sudden analytics record it's a direct visit and not an organic visit. So making sure analytics is firing first on that page will help you get the right accurate reporting going forward. Users are now expecting a page to load an average of 2.5 seconds, and that's loading all the time. And the thing is, the big boys are actually starting to get faster and faster. You've got people like Smash Toys, half a second for a full page load. So somebody just clicks on a website and instantly they can browse. Users don't like to be kept waiting. It's all about getting a website as fast as possible. So users can get in, get what they want, then move on their journey. If the technical infrastructure isn't up to scratch, then the response time of that website is going to be long. Pretty much response time is when you first put in the domain name or click on result. The browser will make requests to the server, then come back. Now, the longer that takes, the longer it will be for a user to actually be able to use that website. And to keep that response rate, response time to a minimum, you need to monitor server resource usage. For example, is your server spec actually suitable for the CMS and number of pages on your website? If not, it's going to take longer to make that request. If you've got a huge database, it's going to take longer for the browser, the server to access that database, get the content out. So, for example, you could take that database, put it onto a separate server with SSD, make it a lot faster. You could use alternative database solutions or SQL, for example, MariaDB's is actually structured with SQL, but is so much more faster. And you could use a CDN service as well, just so that when you come to your website can serve from the server closer to them. The big thing is, browsers will only let me download so many resources at one time under HTTP. At the moment it's sitting at maximum 5, what you end up with is the first 5 resources that start downloading, for example CSS, JavaScript, images, and then it'll request the next 5, and you end up with a workflow like this. Also, if you've got thousands of resources, that waterfall will be massive, it take forever to actually load. So, to combat this, HTTP2 will increase the number of files that you download at one time. You can minimise and combine JavaScript CSS files. You can scale images so that instead of uploading a 4K image, then the browser scales it down for you. You can do that offline, then upload, and you can use GZIP or Brotli as well for compression. So Brotli is a newer compression algorithm, and it can compress by up to 17% further than GZIP. But it is a bit of pain to solve servers, but it's not a default algorithm. So moving on to on-page optimisation, we've got our own little optimisation schedule where we start with keyword research, move on to a content schedule, and then start optimising content, then go on to testing that methodology. It's important to find out what people are searching for and the intent behind it. So, obviously we start with keyword research where we identify keywords, we categorise these keywords by topic and intent and anything else we deem appropriate, and we map all the keywords to different pages where it's most appropriate. What we end up with is something like this. We've got every keyword mapped to a page along with search volume, seasonality, and a couple other metrics to work out what the opportunity of that keyword is. For example, how many visits could we get from this individual keyword. From there, because Google doesn't give decent search volumes, what you'll find is Google groups keywords together. For example, you've got links of London and link of London where it says the exact same search volume, 74,000. We use clickstream data to get more accurate click data from Google. So, for example, links of London says 74,000, we now know that's 40,000, whereas link of London is longer, 550. You can get clickstream data from different places, for example, Ahrefs, SEMrush, and just about supplementing that Google data to get more accurate information so you can actually make the choices going forward. Once we've got all that information, we can then say, here's a list of pages, here's seasonality for these pages, this is the maximum opportunity, how many clicks we can actually get through to those pages. So we can actually start building up a schedule saying, this month we're going to focus on this page because it's got this much opportunity, and these are keywords we need to optimise. And we can pretty much just work through that within our schedule. And it's important to remember that content shouldn't just be written for SEO, it should exist to actually help users understand your products and services. If you're optimising a category page, it's important to highlight your USP, provide a clear path to conversion, place relevant copy strategically throughout the page, not just a big block of text at the top of the page or the bottom of the page, and wait for users instead of keyword stuffing. For example, we had a client in the jewellery industry where their category pages looked like this. It was just basically a big pile of product with a board at the top. We went away, did some testing, and we came up with a category page like this, where they would land, they would get a list of different types of products that they could then click through and see a more refined set of products that they're actually looking for. In the text, instead of big blurbs anywhere, it's all split up throughout the page. So it's laid out much more better for users instead of just thinking about SEO first. When it comes to product page optimisation, the big thing is writing unique product descriptions. If you take them straight from manufacturers, everybody is using the same thing. So there's less chance of actually ranking for those types of pages. Implement product schema and include product stroke model numbers within the content and methods. People actually look for those instead of just normal keywords. Improving pages means nothing. You can't actually work out what the performance benefit from that is. So we use a couple of different metrics. We use traditional sessions, brand split for keywords, bounce rate, time page, conversion rate, and ranking, but we also have our own metrics which are visibility and market share. So individual keyword rankings don't actually give any context to what the performance is. So we've got visibility, which is a weighted metric that looks at where you're ranking, the general click-through rates and search volumes. So we put all that data into an algorithm that comes out with a score saying this keyword has X, for example. So if you look at the table there, keyword 1, which is ranking 6 with a search volume of 3600 and a visibility score of 156. But keyword 4 with a ranking 9 with almost double search volume is only 99 visibility score. So it gives clients a better overview of how keywords are actually performing, instead of saying, well, this keyword's ranked 1, that's brilliant, and that may only have 10 search volume, which is pretty much nothing. The good thing about this is it can be used for applications such as forecasting. We know a website's got this much visibility, we know making these changes now can implement visibility by X percentage based on tests we've done previously. We would say, you're here, for that budget we know you can be here, and this is how much traffic you get from these keywords. And the good thing about having our own metrics set in from other sources is we can cut the data exactly how we need it. So we can look at keyword level, URL level, category, subcategory, and pretty much just build out our data set and show clients whatever they want to see. From there, we can also calculate what the market share is for clients. So basically just take all keywords within that group or for that URL, we look at what the visibility is versus what the maximum achievable visibility is within that marketplace, and pretty much have convert that to a percentage for being safe client. For this URL or this category, you've got 3% market share. And now you've got all that data, we can start looking at replacing Search Console data. Search Console gives you clicks per keyword, but it's really inaccurate. At the moment there's a gap of about 30% in that data. It depends on the website, so you're not really getting all the data back from Google. So based on visibility, I can work out then you're getting this many clicks from this particular keyword moving forward. And what you end up with is a nice little data set that you can then go to the client, you can draft and give them much more information than traditional tools would actually give you. One thing I've just recently discovered, and there's not a lot of people talking about this right now, is geolocation. It's having a huge impact on rankings and traffic. So one of the clients worked out that locations where they had a store where ranking was normal, but places that didn't have a store, a physical store, they lost 30% of traffic. I don't know how Google's actually working this out at the moment. It could be through Google My Business saying these areas are actually relevant here, so we're getting ranked about it better here, versus places.store, we're getting pretty much drop off the map. For example, this client's biggest area was, for traffic, was London. We don't actually have a store there, and the rankings pretty much just disappear. We're also working with a law firm which is based in Edinburgh. We've also got a couple of offices around Scotland, but none in England. They pretty much lost all the traffic from England over the last month or so. So pretty much Google is, for certain queries, looking at geolocation, see if it actually matches up with your business. If not, you're losing all that traffic. So if anybody's had traffic drops over the last couple of months, that'll be one of the reasons why. SEO is constantly evolving, and without a testing and methodology, you're pretty much going to be left behind. So it's important to develop a theory, create a controlled test environment, monitor and document the performance of prolonged tests, and roll out successful tests over periods of time instead of just saying, oh, I think this one's successful, so let's just do it across the whole website. That might fail. And don't test on really valuable pages. Thank you very much.